Hello and welcome to Operation Crypto and welcome to a new video. Let's take a look at Ethereum today and have a look at some potential targets that we can hit. Can we potentially hit $2,000 in the course of the next coming weeks? I think we really can, so let's take a look into that. First up, please make sure you do smash that like button, that you are subscribed to my channel, and let's crack on. So let's get started, and we will first up just start by taking a look at Bitcoin and see what's been going on. As we do know that pretty much towards the beginning of this month, January the 8th, we did it all-time highs and we did it just shy of $42,000. We are starting to retrace now. If you look at the Fibonacci on here, we have done pretty much very close to 61% retracement. And now we are pushing back up, so things are starting to look good for Bitcoin, and that is pretty much taking out on the Satoshi pairs. If you look to the right hand side here, it's a bit of a red day here, to be honest. We did hit up towards 38,600. We have retraced a little bit, but it's only 1.7%, and the Satoshi pairs on altcoins are feeling it a little bit, but again, that's nothing to worry about. The chances are that over the course of the next week that we could push up and start to target those all-time highs again, currently, which are around $42,000. I think that we will retest that area again, and then reject and come back down towards these levels. So in the short term, it could be a little bit choppy for altcoins, but I think it's coming to the time when now Ethereum does its own thing. So taking a look at Ethereum, this is the main topic of this video. If we look at Ethereum, this is on the daily chart. We have had a very significant pump. Pretty much if you look back to March of last year, that's when we had that COVID dump. And ever since then, we have been on a monumental rise. If we just look at that as a price perspective, from down $89 up to those all-time highs, 1,837%. So people say Ethereum's not made a move yet, then you're lying, because look at the state of that. That's been an absolute mega move. So what we need to do is just have a zoom out first. So what I want to do is potentially look at some targets first, and then I will look at some potential areas that you could invest if we have missed out on those potential buys. I have got this level marked up here, which will come into you'll find out what it is soon. So here we have the all-time highs from 2017. If we put the Fibonacci on this, so we do the fib from top all the way down to the bottom when we did hit $89, it was there. As you can see, we have retraced the entire move now, so we pop back up and we have rejected it off this new all-time high. So we'll just push that up. That is my all-time high marker here. That was at pretty much $1,700, just shy of that there. So we are doing well at a minute. So if you look at this grey box, this is the first target, which is the 1.272 extension on the Fibonacci. I think that we will get there very soon. We're not a million miles off. That is $1,812. I think that will happen very, very soon. But we need to remember that cryptocurrency, it does depend on a lot of psychological barriers. So I think $2,000 will come very, very quick once we have tested this level. We may come up, test, reject, come back down to these highs, and then bang. But I am honestly thinking $2,000 Ethereum could happen in the course of the next week, up to 10 days, because the markets are bullish. Bit of a shitty day, really. We have had a pullback, but that is nothing to worry about. So that is what you're looking at on the weekly Fibonacci. We have done a full retracement of that entire move. We're back up, creating new highs. We're having a bit of a breather at the minute, but I do think that $1,800 will be coming in very, very soon. I'm looking to potentially play some longs in around here, so we will have a look at a long setup. And then once we do hit this, we have got $2,000. If we just have a look at some other targets on a fib, we also have a 1.1618 level, which is 2,200. And 3,600. I have put a massive target up here at $5,000, but that is in the future, and I'm pretty much concerned about what's happening around these levels. So $2,000 I do think will come in very, very soon. If we want to have a look at some potential areas that we could invest, we need to have a look right down on the 4-hour time frame, really. If you look where we make waves on the way up, so we hit them highs, we retrace, we hit them highs, we retrace, and this is much what we're doing now. We have hit a high, we've hit a certain area of where there is selling liquidity, and now we are starting to drip. So what we need to do is take some Fibonacci extensions and have a look at some levels here that we could invest. So if we put a fib on from this level down here, which you would say is the start of a move, up to that top level there. Really, I always look at the 618 level on Fibonacci to potentially target some levels. So let me just put the box on there. So this is an area that we could potentially come down and test at $1,433. But I'm looking potentially to play some longs here. So I think that if we do hit $1,533, I think that could be a nice area to potentially play some longs. But just monitor price. If it does start coming down to this area, pull your long and wait for it to come down here, because the chances are we could wick down to here. The markets are looking quite violent, so we do need to be aware that things, even though we are bullish, we do need to retrace at some point. So that is two potential areas that you could invest. I just want to make you aware that I've got the Fibonacci on the week level, and also I've put it on the 4-hour here. And look at that, two Fibonacci levels marry up there at 1809, but I think there was 1812. So that is a very, very significant area. Once we have completed this retracement, we will be hitting that within the course of this week, I believe, up to 10 days. And then once that is broke, I think $2,000 is coming. We are on a massive uptrend. If you have a zoom right out and we put the trend line on, you could say from this wick all the way up there, that is a uptrend. So there's always a possibility that we could come down to test the trend and then bounce back up. So monitor a price. If things start to look a little bit tasty and starting to drop, then get some longs in place. If you do not trading with leverage at a minute, then I do recommend that you use Bybit or Binance Futures. You will find the link for both of them in the pinned comment and the description. So that is what it's looking like currently. That is a potential setup. If I was potentially looking at a long position, I would potentially have one down here on the 618 level. So we could have a long here up to $1,800, but have a stop loss on that trend line there. So you could say a potential entry on the 618 at 1,435, but have a stop loss on this trend line around $1,400, and that will pretty much put some safety in place. And then you could have TP1 at this first Fibonacci extension at $1,800. So that is a potential long setup there. I'm not going to go into any shorts. I would have to go into the lower time frames, and quite honestly, I'm not interested in doing any shorts in a bullish market like this. So that is the USDT pair. If we just take a look at the BTC pairing, we'll drop that into a weekly time frame. This is looking good. I've had this marked up for a while. If you look at this, we was in a downtrend on the weekly time frame, and then bang, we popped right out of that. If we just zoom out a little bit, we've still got 177% to go on the BTC pairing before we hit an all-time high on that. So there's a lot of room to make up, and I do think that once Bitcoin starts losing the market dominance, which it is doing now, we are currently on 62.4%. Once that starts pushing down towards 50%, things are going to start to get tasty. But monitor BTCD and monitor Ethereum BTC, because things are going to start to look good. The first target is breaking above 50,000 Satoshis. Once we do break above that, we haven't been to that level since July 2018. So once we break above here, I think it's going to send us parabolic. If you're looking for a potential buy order though, use this monthly support level at 37,384 Satoshi. So that is some potential areas to invest on the BTC pair. And then we have the Ethereum USDT pair. So that is some potential areas on both, and a long setup there on Ethereum on Tether. So that's going to do it for today's video. $2,000 could be here before we even know it. So we just need to monitor a price, see what goes on, and ride those waves. So that's going to do it for today's video. Please make sure you do hit that like button, that you are subscribed to my channel, and I'll catch you next time.